Rebecca and I decided to do something a little different and just chat about some Christmas traditions. Have a cocktail or a tea in her case, and just, talk about that and let y'all share some of yours with us. We just thought that might be kind of fun to do something a little different. So it's going to be a little short and sweet. We're not going to take up a whole hour of your time today. We're just going to do this for a little while. And so I'm so excited to hear your traditions. So if y'all wouldn't mind, send us something in the comments and just tell us something you love as a tradition that you do. And we would love to know that. So, first off, Miss Rebecca, tell me about a Colorado Christmas.
Yeah. So I grew up in Colorado. My husband and I met here. We met in high school, actually, here in Colorado, and we raised our kids here. But we haven't lived here full time for almost 6 years. We sold our house in 2020, and we moved into an RV, and now we travel all over the place. But our daughters are here, and so we're always back in Colorado for the holidays. Because that's where they are. So as long as they're here, that's where we'll be. Our parents are here, our siblings are here. So there's always a lot of family activities. But my husband and I we're not great people. We're not great about keeping and maintaining traditions. Neither one of us are.
Your tradition is to be eclectic.
Every year I'm like, let's do something new. How about we do something new?
Hey, Kate. Kate's with us. Yay.
But one thing that we've managed to do, well, when the kids were little, we had a couple of things. Like we would put up the Christmas tree the weekend after Thanksgiving, and there would always be eggnog and there would always be Christmas music. I didn't play Christmas music pretty much any other day of the year. I played it when we put up the Christmas tree and on Christmas. And that was pretty much it. But so it was those two things. And then one year we took the kids to New York for Christmas, and that was their Christmas gift. This was a while ago. The kids were like teenager-ish, preteen to teenager-ish. And I wanted us to have gifts to open on Christmas morning, but we weren't doing Christmas gifts because the trip was the gift. And so on Christmas Eve, we went to Macy's. And Macy's in New York is huge, like just absolutely huge. So we went to Macy's, and we drew names and we divided, and we just like scattered all over the store. We had 1 hour. The reason we had 1 hour is because we didn't realize that Macy's closed early. And so we only had an hour. Here's a little known fact about Macy's in New York. When it closes, it closes. If you're standing in line waiting to buy a gift, you do not get to buy your gift. On the dot, they warn you, but on the dot, the escalators stop, the the registers shut down, like on the dot. So anyway, we had 1 hour. We scattered around the store, we found a gift, and then we gave that gift to each other the next day. And we had such a good time that we've continued that tradition. And that is the longest running tradition, I think, in this family of mine, where it's turned into like a gag, more of a gag gift, where on Christmas Eve, we draw names and we go to like whatever store is open. It's usually Target, because usually that's the only store that's open on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And we go there and we divide. And it's this fun, like there's some subterfuge going on. You have to like hide. You can't let the person know. It's not a big store. But it's a secret, right? You have to find the thing, and it has to be silly, and you can't let somebody see you, but you're looking for everybody else, right? Like you're trying to find everybody else, but you don't want them to find you. And anyway, that's our one big tradition.
That's
in
so fun. Oh, and I wouldn't have expected anything less, but something exciting and different from you. That's great.
But other than that,
Let's
I
not bring
used
that.
to make beef bourguignon for Christmas dinner. I haven't done that in quite a few years. The last few years we've actually gotten Chinese food. But not even good Chinese food. But I did used to make. I know, we got to find a better Chinese restaurant around here.
Hey, Leslie. Leslie's joined us. I have been enjoying her posts so much. Leslie's posts, I don't know. I haven't been on Substack a lot the last few weeks, but when I have, they seem to pop up. And she had like a video on there. Whatever. There's a great Leslie. I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
no.
So yeah, your traditions sound so
Yeah,
fun.
but that there's Colorado, we always hope for snow, even though it makes everything more difficult, right? If you're traveling to see family, it makes that more challenging. But there is something kind of magical about snow on Christmas. It doesn't happen very often, I have to say. We'll get snow like before or after Christmas, but having an actual snowy Christmas, we've definitely had Christmases in Colorado that are like 65 degrees, and that's always a little bit strange because we're all hoping for a snowy Christmas in Louisiana. That's probably normal. That's probably
Yeah,
kind of cool.
that is very normal. Every once in a while, it's 17 degrees, but for the most part, you're in shorts.
We did get snow one year.
Giovanna's on. Hey, Giovanna. She's so great. Elizabeth, I saw Elizabeth's note. Rebecca, did you see that?
No.
Just that she's a little bit in slow mo, but thanks for the well wishes. Oh, and Claudia says, Leslie, I made your Turkish spinach dish last night for dinner. It was delicious. I love this so much that y'all are like telling each other these things on here.
Right.
Linda's on. Hey, Linda. Yeah, that's awesome.
Giovanna. Yeah, well, if you want, so I would love Jen to actually like I want you to talk about that magnificent tree behind you, but if you want, I'll show you the extent of my RV Christmas decorations.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, decorating for Christmas in an RV, it takes about 10 minutes.
I love it.
But then, okay, I'll show you. Here, I'll turn my camera around. I'll show you that it takes about 10 minutes to put up. So you've got some garland.
Beautiful. Yes.
Yeah.
Love
Okay,
it.
but then it takes like 30 minutes to vacuum up the fake snow. That is
Right. Like clean it off of my navy blue
yeah.
sofa today. All of the
Yeah. Yeah. So we've got like snowy garland on top of the kitchen counter.
That's beautiful.
Also, this has nothing to do with Christmas, but look at my new kitchen mat.
Oh my gosh. I love it. That is
And my daughters think it's the creepiest thing ever, but I think it's so cool. And we've got little glittery Christmas trees. And then we do have a little Christmas tree, but it's in the bedroom because there's no place to put it out there. But we've got our
teasing you about because there was nowhere for you to put a Christmas tree. I'm sitting
now.
but that's
So there we've
very
got
sweet and charming.
yeah, in the
Oh.
bedroom we've got our little Christmas tree, and our only Christmas ornaments are hand painted by my mother-in-law. She hand paints all of these beautiful ornaments. And she's made so many for us over the years. So those are the only Christmas ornaments that I have on there are hand painted.
That is gorgeous.
And then we'll normally put like Christmas gifts down here on the floor. These are the Christmas gifts I've bought for their nieces and nephews so far. They are unwrapped. I am a last minute wrapper. I do not.
My island and bar are just covered with wrapping paraphernalia. That's what they have been transformed into right now is to wrap. That is gorgeous. I love it.
So that's the extent of it. Yeah. So it doesn't take very long for us to decorate for Christmas, and take it all down and all of that. So yeah, much tinier tree. I don't know, how big is the tree behind you?
Probably 8 feet because our ceilings are about 8.5. So I think it's about 8 or 9. Yeah, I think our ceiling's
Yeah.
about 8.5, 9. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's magnificent.
Thank you.
Kate
And then
asked
we
where
have
I got
another
that adorable mat.
We
So
have
the Kate
oh yeah, we have a green one. Because my husband likes green and I like blonde. So we get one of each. But I wanted to say hello to a couple people. Debbie Dale is with us. Debbie Dale Blackwell. So glad you're here. Kate wants to know where you got your mat.
Yeah, yeah. So, Kate, the mat is supposed to be like a mat that you put in front of your front door. And I got it, and it doesn't really work in front of our front door, and so I put it in the kitchen, and I love it in the kitchen, but it's Ruggable. I don't know if you've ordered anything from Ruggable, but
No.
they're, all of the rugs in our RV are from them, and you can, like, throw them in the washing machine. This one, I don't think you could throw in the washing machine, but my daughters are so creeped out by that by that rug.
I
They're
was
like,
gonna
"Mom."
say, when you're washing dishes or you're cooking, it's watching you.
I know, but I was like, "Well, I think this is the coolest thing ever." If you guys are just joining us, I have to show you what I'm talking about 'cause, yeah, it's my kitchen mat. This is our they like this rug. My
That's
daughters.
pretty. I remember when you ordered that. Yeah.
Yeah, they love
Yeah.
this rug, but they're like, "Mom, what are you doing there with that rug?" But I don't know. I think it's amazing.
So fun. I love it too. Um, so I guess, in terms of our traditions, the biggest one that we have is that when our kids were, I guess it's probably been, oh,
I was
20
like a
years ago.
early teenager.
Yeah, when our kids were teenagers, we started this tradition of their friends would all come with us when we would go to pick out the tree. So for years, my husband was on the road, and we would always end up getting our tree the weekend of Thanksgiving because he would be back on the road another 3 weeks. So we started that, when they were babies, but when their friends when they got to be teenagers, their friends would all go with us. And then we started doing this where they would all get the tree. So it'd be 15 of us picking out a tree, and then there's always this back and forth with Carter and I because he wants the green tree and I like the smell, but I want the flock tree and all this.
Mhm.
And so we used to just do one tree, but we'd go get the tree, bring it home, and then I make my hot chocolate, which I will put in a post before Christmas, I promise.
Yay.
But that is the question to this day. My 25, 26, 27, 27-year-old son said, "You are making the hot chocolate, right, Mama?" I'm like, "Yes, every year, the same question. Yes, I'm making the hot chocolate." So we do that. And then previous to this, I buy ornaments that remind me of all of the people who are going to be there. So sometimes that's 15 people and sometimes that's 40 people. Because if we do it for a room and shoe party, then I've got a table with everyone's name on a sticker on like Christmas tree wrap. And then I'll just have a big table and everybody set up and they go find their ornament and put it on the tree and everything. So it's a lot of fun. Um, Hence the reason we have multiple trees now because everyone leaves their ornament with us. And then that way, when we put up the ornament, we see, oh, there's Phillips from 2010, and there's Phillips from 2015, and there's Jeffries from whatever.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's just a great way to remember people. So that's probably my very favorite thing that we do.
That's so many ornaments because that's a lot of years with a lot of people.
Yes.
That is so
Yeah.
many ornaments. You're gonna need,
And I
like,
have to
4
say there
trees
are
pretty
some that
soon.
don't make the cut when my husband said this year, he's like, "We're gonna need to get 3 trees." And as it was, we got my daughter's tree who has her own house while we did leave with 3 trees. The guy actually gave us a discount. But, but he said, "We're gonna have to get another tree." I'm like, "I don't know where it's gonna go." I mean, as it is, it's like a forest in here. So,
Oh, man, that's great.
yeah, so we were talking about that because there are some that I'm like, there's just nowhere to put them, and so I have, like, a couple little bins of people who, live somewhere else and they're not gonna be coming, but we're going through them and seeing them anyway, even if I can't fit them on the tree. It's not that many, it's maybe 1 small box, but,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of fun, yeah.
So what do you do, what does your family do on Christmas Day?
It's generally a day of relaxing, honestly. It's like
Oh,
my husband
nice.
and I have 2 different theories about Christmas. My family, we opened all of our presents except for Santa on Christmas Eve because that's when the family would come over. All of our family would come over. So I like to do that, like the energy of Christmas Eve. And everyone is generally that's when people are coming over. It's not so much Christmas Day. And then so Christmas morning is always like this very relaxed. There's just a few things under the tree. We all get up in our pajamas and
Yep.
just do this super and most of the time the kids spend the night, even when they have spouses and whatnot, everybody's camped all over the house and they spend the night so that we can all wake up together in the morning. And then we just
That's great.
it's just very relaxed and lovely and whatever, because the night before is, of course, crazy, it's exciting and there's all that stuff going on. So, yeah.
Yeah. So my mother-in-law's birthday is on Christmas Day.
Oh, my dad's was the day after. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we do spend every Christmas morning with her at her house,
Yeah.
and my, husband's family, we have there's 14 nieces and nephews total, and
Oh,
so everybody's there, and we do gifts for all the kids in the morning.
yeah.
Thankfully, we don't do gifts for the adults because that's just way too many, but all the kids get gifts from all of us, and so it's just, like, total mayhem
I
of
love that. I love that.
food
We
for
don't have
wow.
any little ones for Christmas morning because I don't have grandchildren yet.
Yeah.
Um, I know yet. My youngest, she's getting married in October, and I mean, she's literally like, "Okay, gotta wait till the day after so I can get pregnant." She can't wait, and I know both my sons want children. My oldest daughter, she's got a stepdaughter, and she's completely happy. She doesn't want to, have children herself, but one day I will have grandchildren, and, it says sometimes my son's friends who do have kids, they'll come over and bring theirs, but of course, they're not here for Christmas morning, so we just don't have that experience yet, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. Linda says that she has a fresh cut tree, with ancient ornaments and gifted ornaments from friends. Yeah. So unfortunately, we have like all of these kind of family keepsake ornaments that we've had for a long time, and they're currently in a box in a storage unit because we have such limited space, and one of these days our daughters will take them and use them, so we're kind of holding on to them for
I
that.
love that, and
Yep.
that's kind of like with us when I started doing this 20 years ago with buying ornaments, it was just buying them for my kids. Then as the kids got older, it was buying them for them, their friends, then it was for all of our friends and everything. But I make boxes with just, for each child. So now they have multiple boxes, but, that's the thought too, is that they can take those to their tree and they can have those with their family and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love I love those traditions that just follow through for posterity, you know? I mean, it really means something that I have certain things of my family and everyone, I know everyone's like this too. You have things that belong to your family, things that just bring up those memories, and that's the best part. It's what it's
Yeah,
all about.
that's right. That's right. Christine said they do gifts on Christmas Eve as well. I like that idea of doing gifts on Christmas Eve. And when our kids were little, they were the oldest grandkids in both my side of the family and my husband's side of the family, and so for a while we would just try and see so many people on Christmas Day, and the day after Christmas we would all be so exhausted that we called it pajama date. We still kind of call that the day after Christmas pajama date. Nobody gets out of their pajamas. Everything's a mess. Nothing gets cleaned up. No, it's just chaos, and we would let the kids play with their toys all day, and everybody would just eat whatever crap they wanted to eat, and
Yeah.
we would just leave the disaster for later in the week, and that was always really fun. So
Yeah. I can appreciate that. I mean, our Christmas Day is usually every once in a while, there'll be a family member that's doing a dinner or something like that, and we'll all pack up and go. I mean, when we go en masse, me with 4 kids and their spouse, it's like if you invite the Sharps, you have invited the whole party, be prepared. But sometimes we have a dinner at my husband's aunt's or something,
yeah,
and most of the time Christmas morning, we don't even we're just in pajamas and we're just opening those few gifts, and it's so funny because my husband wants us to open 1 on Christmas Eve and everything else on Christmas morning, and I'm like, "No, we're opening everything on Christmas Eve and 1 on Christmas morning." I usually win, but a few years I have let him have his way, it's a lot of fun, so we still have some
this
opening gifts in the morning on Christmas, yeah.
yeah, you do both. This is great. Elizabeth says, I've been making personalized gingerbread cookies for almost 30 years.
Oh
It
my
started for all of the guests, including kids and pets. More than 200 cookies during, um, let's see, they then they drive all over and hand deliver them.
Oh, I love it! Elizabeth, I knew there was
Amazing.
and I are friends. I knew it.
Wow, that's amazing. Linda's made
It's a
gingerbread houses. My closest friend always does gingerbread houses with her girls, and one year we did a I think we were all together for something, and we all decorated gingerbread houses and lined them all up, and yeah,
Oh, I
it
love
was
it.
great
We
fun.
used to do that when my kids were little. We would, sis, you remember that, baby? We would do, my husband and I with just the kids, and we would make, gingerbread houses and then, and that was so much fun. Oh my gosh. And then for Easter, and this started with Martha Stewart. I don't know
Yeah.
if you followed, got her magazines or whatever, but every Easter she'd have something to do with an egg, whether it was a sugar egg or it was
Yeah.
glittered or it was dyed or it was whatever. There was some sort of project. So we got into this thing when my kids, probably from the age of about 5 until, they were past teenagers or whatever, that we would do. My husband was on the road and he would always come home for Easter, so we could do our Easter thing. And we made Fabergé and he made little hinges to put on them. It was crazy. But yeah. And he's not, as you know, Rebecca, because you have met my husband, he is not, very verbose. He's quiet. Call him my
Sure.
Marlboro man, and,
Sure.
he is he's not like me. So, it's really fun that he would get into certain traditions, like doing the Easter eggs, or he gets so excited about the Christmas. Like, he loves his favorite thing is having all of his children and children's friends, everybody around and us doing these things, so it's all good.
That's great. Elizabeth said the cookies were part of an open house. I do you do any holiday like big parties at your house?
Yeah, we always do a big party. This year, I'm not because we're just gonna do a small, like core friends, Ruin Shoe core, like charter members. You're welcome, fly in from Colorado, but we're only gonna do that just Christmas Eve. I have just had so
Yeah.
much on my daughter moving home, and then she closes on her house next week, so we've been in the middle of that along good things, but just a
Yeah.
lot on, so we decided this year with an engagement party to throw for February, the retreat for March, a wedding October. So it's just the retreat is March 19th through the 22nd, Alex. So, yeah, so just have a lot going on. So I told everybody, I was like, I'm sorry. I always throw a party, but this year I think we're just going to have a little smaller one Christmas Eve. And then, whoever wants to come is welcome. But most of the time, Christmas Eve is with family. So I don't expect that to be as big as my usuals. But yeah,
Yeah.
usually that is our biggest and most fun party is the Christmas one. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad that I'm not doing it. But then in another way, I'm very relieved. So,
Yeah. Can't be every year necessarily. So is there anything, Jen, and I'd be curious, those of you who are watching live, is there any one thing that if you don't have that one thing or do that one thing, it's just not Christmas for you?
I don't know. I'd have to think on that. I would imagine it would be our Christmas tree tradition. Like that has become
Yeah.
something for us. Um, but yeah, I'd have to really think about that. There's probably a lot of little things that I would just be devastated if oh my God, I didn't do, or something like that,
Yeah.
But the biggest one would probably be our tree. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's our Christmas Eve tradition of, you know, scattering around and finding gifts. I think if
Yeah.
we didn't do that, that would be very sad for me. Claudia says baking cookies. So my grandma like instilled in me that Christmas and cookies belong together. She used to give us these tins, the whole family. I don't know when she must have started baking. She must have started baking in like March, but it was like she gave them to it was all these people, all the neighbors, all their friends, all of us kids, all the grandkids, all of her kid, these
Love that.
tins of like, I don't know, 12 different kinds of Christmas cookies in these. It was amazing.
And
I do not do
I don't know
that.
if you saw, but Martin Sorge, is that his last name?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. He had a post that said, and while chocolate chip cookies are wonderful, they're not holiday cookies. And I wanted to say, I beg to differ.
I
Holiday
saw that and I thought the
bacon,
same
but
thing.
and it's my favorite cookie, so it's gonna be a holiday cookie. But
Yes, yeah, that's
yeah,
right. That's right.
yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that.
so Christmas, yeah, Christmas baking. Giovanna says Christmas tree and eat I don't know what scorpelli is. That how you say it? Scorpelli.
Is
I don't
that
know
the
what
little
that is.
pastry, Giovanna, the one that I said would be like a beignet if you threw the powdered sugar on it?
Okay, yeah.
We'll wait
I'm
see if
gonna have to
we
look at
that.
oh, fried dough. Okay, so yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah,
yeah.
I made the comment that was yeah, that it was pretty much a beignet, and she said it's a little different though. Yeah, and my mom always and my grandmother and my aunt always made candies. So there was fudge and divinity and pralines and all that, and so they would do boxes of those. So that kind of follows with me. I usually give pralines, they're so easy. One of these days I'm gonna do a SKL on doing them. They're not hard, but some people get and you probably know this, but I mean, some people get a little iffy on it just because you have to hit that softball or you will end
Yeah.
up with a product. So,
You've gifted me your pralines before. They're delicious.
oh,
Yeah.
well, it
I've
is
gotten
something that's easy
a
to give for gifts. Yeah. So,
yeah. Yeah. Chocolate and Pandoro, Christine says, Christmas tree and breakfast of hot chocolate and Pandoro. Oh my goodness, that is my kind of breakfast.
what is Pandora?
So I didn't know what Pandora was until I did a live with Lolly last week, and we made this
Watch her.
mascarpone cream. Yeah,
Oh,
okay. So Pandoro,
okay.
yeah. So it's this. I've never had one, so I can't really describe what it tastes like. But she said it's like a cloud, like it melts in your mouth like a cloud,
It
and then
looks
she
amazing.
layered it with this mascarpone cream. I'm dying to try one now.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and I
I
imagine with hot
saw,
chocolate, it's
and
amazing.
I couldn't stay for the whole thing, but I saw
Yeah.
the part of, like, the whipping. Y'all were both, like, whipping your mascarpone, but I didn't
Yeah.
see what the product was at the
Yeah.
end.
Well, you have to go back to her page because she layers it like a Christmas tree. It ends up looking like it's like a star shape.
Did see that.
Yeah.
So what is the actual is that cake or is that a
It's like
den
a cake, I think it's like a cross between cake and bread. Christina, is that right? It's like the texture is like Christine says it tastes like soft butter. I mean, I've
what
got to try one. I've got to. Oh, it's basically a brioche dough.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Okay. That sounds amazing. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Claudia says that for a few years her husband would do the baking. Oh, that's so nice.
My Marlboro Man doesn't bake.
Yeah, my husband doesn't bake either. That's for sure. But you know what? Here's the thing. People always are like, because my husband doesn't like to cook or bake, like he doesn't. But I also really, I don't want him in my kitchen.
Yeah, and you
I'm
have a
okay with
very
that.
small kitchen. Yeah, I can appreciate that, but I like when we did our kitchen reno, this really was I mean, reno, it was our own little DIY project we did probably 5, 6 years ago. And we ripped out we had kind of a peninsula set up like old cottage houses used to be in the 30s. Had a small kitchen with all these peninsulas and things that stuck into it. It wasn't a lot of movable space. So we expanded it out into what was like the breakfast area. So where you've seen my island is there and everything, that was kind of like an extension of the den. That was really where you had your little
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was all because I loved when my kids cooked with me. And we had no space in that tiny but after this, like I set up, there's 2 ovens and there's 2 chopping spaces and there's and a lot more counter space. So they could cook with me because that is my most favorite thing. There's a picture of us at Thanksgiving a few years ago. Everybody is on a surface chopping something, doing something, and I'm doing the cake on the island. And it's like one of my favorite pictures.
I
So,
love that. I love
yeah,
that.
but
Our youngest daughter's a chef and she comes and cooks with me sometimes and I do like that. But when the kids were growing up, I'm mostly that we had a like an open kitchen and a bar and they would sit on the stools and
mhm,
talk to me.
yeah,
But I don't know. The kitchen has always kind of been my little personal domain. I was never that good about uh dividing up the chores and the responsibilities in the kitchen. I was always just like, just sit there and talk to me. I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
I understand. I never got very good with any of that, honestly. I would think I was a great delegator, but in reality, it's, I don't know, as a mom,
Yeah.
there's a lot of challenges with that, isn't there?
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah,
That's
just
right.
have with you. I think that's really what the point is, not so much like the cooking. You liked them just being there with you,
That's
and
right.
kids were younger. It was the same with our kind of setup. I just liked them being there. But I think my sister calls her kitchen her control point, and it is,
Yes.
if nothing else is exactly like she wants it, and she's very particular, but if things are not exactly, her kitchen has to be. Each
Yeah.
thing, the handle turned this way, she wants it, whatever, and that's her control space. So I kind
Relates a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I get it. Did you do Santa with the kids when they were little?
Yeah. Did Santa come?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Santa came. Don't give it away, Rebecca. Oh, can I tell a story, please, about you and the kids at school telling you there was no Santa?
I mean, she embarrassed live.
For the world to see. She's in like fifth grade. You like fifth grade, and they told her there was maybe a little younger. The kids at school told her there was no Santa. And I mean, honey, she stood up and gave a soliloquy just about how Santa, there is a Santa, and Santa's full of love, and Santa is the spirit. So
Oh,
great. And then
My holiday's very serious.
and she did. She took her holiday seriously. And then there was the year that my husband, he was working for this company, and they gave the people who worked for them these Santa dollars. So they had, and this was before everybody had access. There wasn't internet and all this where you could go and get a picture and a graphic and put it on your printer and do whatever. You
yeah.
had to be thoughtful to have done this. So this company did this for their employees, and they gave them Santa dollars where, I mean, it looked, because it was a real dollar bill, but they put a sticker of Santa in the middle
Yeah.
out of, it's not Lincoln. Lincoln's on, is it George Washington? So they had so it was a Santa dollar.
It was a $2 bill.
It was $2
It was a
bills?
$2
Oh,
bill.
okay, and then they had the picture of Santa. Well, he brought those home, and he got all into, usually he's not, very much into this sort of thing, but, he got all into it. We put glitter on the bottom of his boots, and we walked his boots out and then up onto he got on the roof and made glitter marks on the roof and everything so that the kids would just have the whole Santa experience. It was so great. Alex said it was amazing.
That is amazing.
Oh,
Oh, how
so many
fun.
good memories. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's super fun.
Well, this has been just an absolute blast, and I wanna thank everybody for, like, telling us about your, traditions, and I just love it. I love that we have this space and that we all connect, and I appreciate all of you being here. I do wanna say that, David Leet and I will be doing, a special holiday special, on Sunday the 21st. He's in Italy right now, so we had to kind of push it to right before Christmas, but I'm so excited about that, and he's going to be sharing some of his dishes with us, and we'll just be having some fun and doing a little special. Not my normal time frame, so it'll be Sunday at 3 o'clock Central Time on the 21st, and then we still have I think one, Rebecca, I think one spot left for the retreat. If
Ooh,
anyone
only one. Yay.
one. It might be a private, I can't remember, but anyway, I'm so excited about that and about all of you, and, yeah, so Linda, I'm looking at Linda's name on here. Rebecca, take it away. Give us our Christmas ending.
Our Christmas ending. Well, I do wanna say that, I've been on Substack now for, it'll be 2 years next year, and, it's just absolutely delightful to see so many familiar names in such a short period of time, and I've found real friends, here, and that's kind of amazing to me in a lot of ways. So I think the thing that I've been thinking about the most often as this year closes up, and, I get very reflective at the end of every year, and that is something that I keep thinking about is the fact that I really didn't realize that it was possible to make real friends in online communities, and that is kind of what's happening here, and I'm incredibly grateful, and thank you all for being here, and I wish you the happiest of holidays, um, and I hope that everybody is feeling optimistic about the next year, because we really do have each other, and it doesn't actually matter what happens.
I agree. Thanks, everyone. Y'all have a Merry Christmas or your holiday that of choice. And if we get to see y'all again, it'll be great. Hope y'all can join us and join Rebecca. I know she has some things coming up too. So have a Merry Christmas. Thanks for being here. See y'all
Thank you,
next.
Jen.
Bye.
Bye.